You are listening to The Vocal Technologist. Spoken tech for your ears.
Welcome. We've pulled together some really interesting articles and analyses for today.
Yeah, covering quite a range. Cloud, software dev, AI.
Exactly. We'll try to connect the dots on these key tech trends and give you the important takeaways.
Right, cutting through the noise to see what's actually changing and why it matters for, anyone in the digital space. Think of it as your shortcut.
Okay, so let's get into it. First up, some pretty big news on the cloud infrastructure front. Google Cloud.
The new M4 VMs. These are aimed squarely at memory-heavy jobs.
Yeah, the numbers are kind of staggering. Up to 224 vCPUs and 6 terabytes of DDR5 memory.
That's huge. And it's DDR5, so faster bandwidth, plus support for their Hyperdisk storage.
And the headline number they're pushing is 2.44 times better price performance than the older generations.
Which, if it holds up, isn't just a number. For businesses with those big data needs, that means potentially real agility and cost benefits.
Right, it's foundational stuff, but constantly getting better.
And speaking of foundations, you can't talk infrastructure without security. AWS Wave has a new trick.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Automatic DDoS protection at the application layer. It uses machine learning, apparently.
Ah, so it spots those attack patterns quickly.
Within seconds, they claim.
Oh,
To mitigate threats against things like CloudFront or application load balancers, keeping things online.
makes sense. You need that baseline security evolving too.
Definitely.
So, okay, we've got more power, better security. But how are companies actually using the cloud? There was an analysis, right?
Yeah, big one.
Yeah.
Nearly 1,200 global companies. And the finding was, well, a bit surprising.
How so?
Only 8% were rated as having high cloud maturity. Now, the kind needed to really leverage AI effectively.
8%. Wow.
Most organizations are still in the sort of adopting or standardizing phases, not yet fully scaling with the agility and governance needed.
It really makes you pause and think, okay, where are your own cloud practices on that scale? Are they ready?
Exactly. Which leads nicely into the tools and practices developers themselves are dealing with, like the Jamalik situation.
Ah, the Jamalik postmortem. Explain that one quickly.
Sure. Jamalik is or was a really important memory allocator used by Firefox, Facebook, lots of big projects. It helps manage how software uses memory efficiently.
Right, a critical piece of the puzzle.
Totally. But its upstream development has officially ended.
Oh, why? Technical issues?
Partly technical debt, yeah, but also bigger issues. It struggled with getting different organizations to collaborate long-term, and, corporate priorities shifted.
So it's a cautionary tale about relying on open source projects.
Kind of, yeah. About their sustainability.
Yeah.
Makes you think about the health of the open source tools you depend on.
That's a good point. And sticking with developer life, documentation, the Pineapple on Pizza article.
Yeah, I like that title. Is documentation something developers love or hate?
Seems like many avoid it. They don't see the immediate win, or the tools are clunky, or nobody really owns it.
Right. The argument is that leaders need to build it into the culture.
Yeah.
Make it easier, like using markdown, docs as code.
Treating it like code, basically.
Yeah.
Version control, reviews.
Exactly. Give it structure, ownership, make it part of the workflow. It's often a cultural problem, not just a technical one.
Yeah, that rings true. Now, let's switch gears slightly to AI. It's everywhere, but not always the silver bullet.
Well, yeah, there's that piece, why generative AI coding tools do not work for me.
A different perspective. What's the argument there?
Basically, for this developer at least, the time spent checking and fixing the AI's code output, it was actually more time than just writing it themselves.
Interesting.
Yeah, the author felt the tools lack real learning and accountability for serious development work.
So it raises that question. Where's the line?
Hmm.
How much can we rely on AI for complex, creative tasks right now?
It's a valid question, but AI is making big strides in other areas, particularly operations,
Okay, like what?
like the Datadog and OpenAI integration, using that Rust-based Codex CLI with Datadog's platform.
What does that do for engineers?
It gives DevOps folks on-call, real-time AI help right in their terminal. They can ask for logs, metrics, incident details using natural language.
And it can suggest fixes.
Yeah, context-aware automation suggestions. It's about reducing that cognitive load during stressful incidents. That seems like immediate value.
Definitely. That leads into that broader idea of autonomous operations, doesn't it?
It does. Google Cloud's pushing that for telcos, the communication service providers. Using AI and analytics to streamline network operations boosts reliability.
Which they need with all the data growth and 5G demands.
For sure. And tying all this automation and cloud maturity together is governance.
Right. Making sure things don't go off the rails. How does platform engineering help there?
It tries to automate governance. Think policy as code, platform-level access control, RBAC plus audit logs.
So you get consistency, compliance, cost control, without slowing teams down too much.
That's the goal, yeah. Preserve autonomy while having guardrails. We even saw that practical example with OpenTelemetry for Go.
Measuring the overhead.
It adds some resource usage, naturally, but the observability you gain is valuable. It's that trade-off again.
So looking across all these pieces, what's the main takeaway?
I think it's this constant interplay, pushing for more performance, more automation with AI, but also needing solid foundations like good documentation, sensible governance, finding that balance between like innovation and stability.
That sums it up well. So for you listening, maybe the question to think about is, how are you balancing that? The push for the new, the AI, the faster cloud, with the essential foundations like docs and governance in your work. What's the next big hurdle or opportunity you see shaping up?
You've been listening to The Vocal Technologist. Tune in next time.